Alright guys, we are live. Hello everyone. My name is Kieran from Red Devil Weekly and we are live to preview Manchester United's semi-final against Chelsea. The big one, and I'm looking forward to it massively. However, I do think we should rotate some players. We should not play a full strength team in this game. I'm not underestimating Chelsea. I'm not saying it because I don't think Chelsea are a good team. I'm saying it because we need to save our players for the Premier League. Let's face it. We need to save our players for the Premier League because the Premier League is more important. Top four is so much more important than winning a trophy this season. And whilst it would be very nice to win a trophy, top four is just the priority. It has to be the priority in my opinion. But that is just my opinion. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Am I being an absolute raving loony? Or do you think I have a little bit of sense to what I'm saying? Let me know in the comment section below. And also in the live chat as well. Just want to welcome everyone who's here watching live. Welcome Footy Live. Tom, how are you doing? Main Eye Fan TV, welcome. And welcome Baron as well. Thanks for joining, mate. Really appreciate it. Come on, you Arsenal, he says. A big win for Arsenal, to be fair. You have to give credit where credit's due to Arteta. You have to give credit where credit's due. Getting the 2-0 victory turned Arsenal around, really. They really have. They've turned Arsenal around. They're playing some brilliant football at the moment. However, I do think that we have a very good chance of beating Arsenal if we get to the final. Now, Arsenal are a team who can produce brilliant performances, especially in the FA Cup. We've seen even when they've had bad seasons, they've come and done the job at the final of the FA Cup. And they seem to be able to do it. And it's their competition. I don't know what it is. I really don't. But right now they're playing some really good stuff. But for me, I just think we have to focus on ourselves. We haven't even got to the final yet. Let's not even start talking about the final. Let's just focus on what we've got to do. And we have to beat Chelsea at Wembley tomorrow. And really, if this semi-final today was the final of two teams that really wanted to make it into the FA Cup, this semi-final is between two teams that aren't that arsed. They really aren't that arsed of winning it. Obviously, it'd be great to win a trophy, but both us and Chelsea are only really looking for top four right now. We're only really gunning for top four, and even though Chelsea are in a slightly better position than us being in third place and being 1 point clear of us in fifth, they still probably feel like top four is there to be lost. And especially with their last two fixtures being Wolves and Liverpool, it's going to be difficult for them to keep it if they don't have their full strength squad fully fit and fully available to them. So for me, tomorrow's semi-final is going to be very, very interesting indeed. Byron says, hello, as an Arsenal fan, I want Man United to win. Not sure that works, but right, in the semi-final, of course. So you'd rather play Man United? That's an interesting take. It'd be an interesting take. Why would you rather play us? Because obviously Chelsea are ahead of us in the table, and they've had... Obviously, they beat us in the semi-final against... they beat us in the final, 2 seasons ago. The Phil Jones calamity penalty that was given away. But I'm actually intrigued why you would want Man United over Chelsea. But yeah, let me know your thoughts, mate. Let me know why. Read a few of the comments. Footy Live says, Kieran, we beat Chelsea 3 times with a Deadwood. Yeah, look, we did. And, we beat Chelsea 3 times this season. If we can beat them a 4th time, that just cements Ole's dominance over Frank Lampard and cements our dominance over Chelsea. However, Chelsea have a little knack of doing it when it matters, and they'll argue that even though we beat them 3 times in the league, if they get top 4 and win the FA Cup, they don't care. They will not care 1 iota. If they beat us in this semi-final and they get top 4, they won't care that we beat them 3 times, because this matters. It definitely does matter. I'm not saying that it doesn't. Just because I want to rotate, I'm not saying it doesn't matter. What I'm saying is that we need our full strength squad going into the last 2 Premier League games, and we need them fit as well. And we play West Ham on Wednesday, so we've got a 3-day turnaround there, which you would say for a player shouldn't be too difficult. But at this stage of the season, when the games are coming thick and fast, and not just that, but the pressure that is on these players as well, it could really weigh them down. So we have to be careful and make sure they do stay fit and healthy. So it's it's going to be interesting what lineup is picked, and I'm going to show you my predicted lineup in just a second as well. But keep your comments coming in as usual, guys. I want to hear what you guys have to say about the game, what your thoughts on it. Are you confident? I think this is an interesting question to gauge how you guys are feeling, because Chelsea, even though, you know, right now probably we should be more confident of beating Chelsea, you really never know. You really never know, because in these sort of games, in these cup semi-finals and finals, it's all about the day. It's all about who turns up on the day, who's pumped for it, and who takes their chances. And I really think that we're ruthless right now, but you never know what Man United are going to turn up. Welcome, Dazza. Thanks for joining, by the way. Welcome, Daz. Really appreciate it. Make sure to check out his channel as well, Daz's Football Stand. And no worries. Don't worry you have to leave, Daz. Don't worry about that at all, mate. Thanks for stopping by. He says, I won't be coming on tonight. I'm out enjoying my weekend, lol. Let's just hope we get a win in this game. Now is not the time to rotate. I would start rotating the squad when we play Lask. Listen, I would love for that to be, you know, I'd love for us to be able to do that, but I just think it's unrealistic to expect players to play at the highest level, you know, midweek weekend, especially with all the pressure that is on us right now. There is so much pressure on these games. It's ridiculous. And these players are definitely going to be feeling it. They're going to be feeling it. And I just think, I wouldn't want to think that we lose against West Ham because the players aren't fit or they're really mentally fatigued, because the mental side of the game is as important as the physical side of the game. So that is one thing we've got to be wary of, 100%. But yeah, I'll let you guys call in after I've given my little spiel. So I will be doing call-ins as usual, so make sure you're standing by if you want to call in. But don't call in just yet. Do not call in just yet. Fully lies exactly, mate. I think stats for goals against Man City, the percent of goals conceded by counter-attacks is 63%. Well, that's why, you know, we beat them three times this season. We are set up perfectly to beat Manchester City. And that is why, actually, if we had Man City in the final, I would be pretty confident in beating them. I'd be pretty confident that we could get the job done and get over the line. Because we are probably the best team right now at counter-attack. We're so ruthless right now, and we've got the pace up front to counter-attack teams. That's what we're set up to do. We find it very hard to in those games where you have to dig in and you have to hold up the ball, because when we've got Rashford, Greenwood and Martial, whilst Martial's fairly decent at holding up the ball, he's not as good as the likes of Ighalo or someone like that. So when we have those three players on the pitch, we're so much better at counter-attacking. And that's why I think if we had Man City in the final, I think we'd have a very strong chance of getting the victory over them and finally sending Fraudiola away back to Spain or wherever he's going to go to next. But obviously, Arsenal did that for us. They took Man City out for us, and whoever wins this game will be playing Chelsea in the final. And the mad thing about this is the fact that because Pep has exited the FA Cup stage, the winner of the FA Cup will either be Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Mikel Arteta or Frank Lampard. Three new managers. Obviously Solskjaer has been in the job longer than any of those managers, but three managers who probably a year ago no one would have thought would be in this position or even thought they were any good. And now look, they all have a potential chance of silverware, which is just ridiculous, and it shows how football's changing. It shows how times are changing. Welcome, Red Manx TV. Thanks for joining, mate. Really appreciate it. Yo, let's get the win tomorrow. Exactly, we need the win. Massive point. Not points, massive victory if we get the win. But cheers for joining, Red Manx TV. Appreciate it as always, man. Make sure you check out his channel if you haven't already. Yeah, I'll call you, mate. Don't worry about that. We'll still be doing the call-ins as usual, so don't worry. But I will be giving you my predicted lineup very soon as well. And as you can tell by the title, I have put in a few rotations. I have changed a bit because I think we need to change. We do need to make changes. We can't play the same 11 every single week and expect us to get top 4. It could happen, but I just think the mental toughness of these players is questionable, and the mental fatigue, the mental side of it, and how fatigue will play on these players' mind We haven't seen that yet. We haven't seen them being tested like they are right now. So I wouldn't like to think that we'd miss out on top 4 because the squad isn't fit enough, and that is something we need to make sure we don't test, especially at this time of the season. When you're getting towards the end of the season, you don't want to be making big calls like that. So I think personally we need to rotate. Shout out Leggy. Leggy, how you doing, mate? Thanks for joining, or thanks for watching if you're watching, Leggy. Wherever you are, Leggy, hope you're having a fantastic evening and a great day as well. Well, there's your shout out, mate. Hope you're doing alright. Oh yeah, where is Sifon? You think Sifon would take this as the major opportunity to talk banter and talk shit? You think this would be his biggest opportunity? I'm sure he'll be on in a minute. I'm sure he'll be on, no problem at all. It'd be a fool to miss out on an opportunity like this. He really would. But no, I'm sure he'll be on, no problem at all. But yeah, listen, Arsenal, fair play to them. You have to give them major credit. They did fantastically well. They nullified Man City. They defended really well, which was something that I was more impressed by than their attacking. I thought Arsenal defended brilliantly. They were fantastic. And that is something that you've got to look at in the final. Arsenal are actually defending quite well right now. They were able to keep Liverpool out. Obviously, they conceded that goal. But other than that, they were able to keep Liverpool out. And they were able to keep Man City out. So, defensively, it looks like they're getting a bit stronger. And they're getting a bit more confidence as well. So, you've got to look at that. But hopefully, we get to the final. And we absolutely cream Arsenal in the final. And we have to get to the final first, and that's why I'm not getting too giddy about it. We need to get past Chelsea, who are no frauds. They are a decent team. Even though we've beaten them 3 times this season, they are a decent lineup, and they could really do something. They could really do something against us. Cheers, Leggy. Leggy, how you doing? Thanks for subbing, mate. Really appreciate it. Really do appreciate it, Leggy. Absolute legend. But yeah, look. You can't not look forward to these sort of big games. An FA Cup semi-final. The last time we were in FA Cup semi-final was 2 years ago against Spurs, and we ran out winners. Obviously, Jose Mourinho is a bit more of a serial winner than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Not now, obviously, but maybe it was a bit of Mourinho that got us over the line in that game. But in these games, you always need a bit of luck, and you need to show up, and hopefully we do show up. But I do think there's going to be a few changes and a few subs, but that's just me. Let me know your thoughts, guys, if you think we should rotate or do any of that crap. But you know what? I think now is the best time to give you my predicted lineup for the game. So I've got a graphic this time because I'm actually prepared. So there you go. There is the graphic for the game. Now I've kind of guessed a few of these. To be fair, I have guessed a few of the changes that I've made. But yeah, as you can see, it's a lot weaker to the side that beat Crystal Palace on where was it? Thursday night? Yeah, Thursday night. The side that beat Crystal Palace on Thursday. So I've gone with Sergio Romero in goal. He seems like the FA Cup keeper that Solskjaer likes to go with. And if you've seen the training videos, they look very, very sharp. They look up for it, these lads. They really do look up for it. And Sergio Romero looked good in training. So I think Sergio Romero goes in. I'm going to go with Diogo Dalot on the right back position. A lot of people were quite, confused about the fact that Dalot didn't feature in the game against Crystal Palace. And obviously Timothy Fosu-Mensah took his place. And I think Dalot will get the call up today. Or tomorrow, sorry. Maguire and Bailly as the 2 centre-back partnership. Again, I think Maguire as the captain, I think will probably play the game. Bailly hasn't really got a game, hasn't really played recently. So I think Bailly will get a game. And I think Brandon Williams at left back as well. Brandon Williams will come back into the side. His eye, if you've seen the picture of his eye, it's horrible. I mean, it's not his fault, but it just looks horrible. So hopefully he does get better. I've gone with McTominay, Fred and Fernandes as the midfield 3. I think Solskjaer might include one of Pogba and Fernandes, and I think Fernandes is probably the player that's the most fit out of those 2. So I think if either Pogba or Fernandes was going to play, I think it's going to be Fernandes. McTominay and Fred have a big point to prove. They really do. Obviously, with Matic, Pogba and Fernandes being the main partnership, they've got to pull them out of the bag. They've got to do something. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do and seeing if they can, really perform for the badge. Daniel James, Ighalo and Rashford. I think James and Ighalo are pretty, straightforward selections in this team. I think if we are going to rotate, those two players will most likely feature. And then I've gone with Marcus Rashford on the left-hand side. I think Martial obviously is in decent form as well. But I've gone with Anthony Martial just because... No, I've gone with Marcus Rashford, sorry, just because I think he's in the best of form at the moment. And he's the sort of player that can bring others into the game a lot better than Martial can. As I said, I'm not saying that Martial's a bad player, but I just think that Rashford right now, his passing just is crisp. It's quality the way he's passing the ball around at the moment. So I think that Rashford is the man for this game. But obviously on the bench you've got the likes of Martial, Greenwood to bring on as well. So you've got these players to bring on. So I'm not too worried about that. Good strong bench. But I think this team does have enough to beat Chelsea if we can hold the ball up well with Ighalo, play it to the likes of Rashford and James, and hit them on the counter-attack. Because when you've got the pace of Rashford and James, you can use that to your effect, especially against Chelsea, who are a little bit ropey defensively, to say the least. But that is my predicted starting 11. Let me know your thoughts on the predicted starting 11 as well. Pretty Lives as mates, the stats don't lie. Switch to Bruno and Pogba. Yeah. Listen, I think that is obviously... I think Solskjaer will look to play either one of Bruno or Paul Pogba. And for me, I'm going to go with Bruno Fernandes. But as I said, you never know. You really do never know with Solskjaer. He's very cryptic in the way he says stuff in his press conferences. He doesn't like to give too much away. And I think he might pick Bruno Fernandes, but he might pick Pogba. We don't know. We just do not know. But guys, that's my predicted lineup. I'm going to get into my score prediction now as well. My score prediction for the game, I'm going to go with a 2-1 win to Manchester United. I think it's going to be tight. I think Chelsea, even though they sound like and they look like they don't want to win the competition, they would love to get to a final. Who doesn't want to get to a final? And I think Chelsea, because they're in a little bit of a better position right now, and top four realistically is theirs to lose, I think they'll put out a strong squad. I think they will put out a strong 11. So I think it's going to be very, very tight. But I like to be positive. I like to, I don't like predicting a loss, and I'm not going to. I'm going to predict a 2-1 win to Manchester United. And I think Fernandes with a penalty and Rashford getting on the score sheet. Fernandes and Rashford scoring the goals. 2-1 win to Manchester United. We go through to the final against Arsenal, and that will be a hell of a game. A hell of a game if we actually get there. But obviously, as I said, we need to get there first. It's no good talking about the final now because we haven't even played our game, so we have to focus on that realistically. But that's what I've got to say on the matter, and now it's time for your call. So I'll get you on right now, and if you are watching, please make sure you do keep getting your thoughts in the comment section because I will be reading them as we go through the call. So make sure if you are watching, keep getting your thoughts in the comment section and the live chat as well. Want to hear from you, want to hear what you guys have to say. So we're going to get the first caller on, and I think the first caller will be Tom. He's asked me to call him, so I will give him a call on the blower. See if he's there, see if he's about for a chat. Tom, mate, how are you doing? Are you there?
Hello, how's it going?
Yeah, it's going well, mate. Thanks for joining, mate. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it, mate. Obviously, a lot to talk about in terms of this game. Looking forward to it. Big game. One of the biggest games of our season, realistically. Obviously, Champions League, for me anyway, is the priority. But in terms of the chance for us to lift silverware, this is a massive game. What are your thoughts going into it? Are you confident?
Well, what time's kick-off?
I think it's is it a night kick-off? Is it is it the same kick-off as today?
I think it's like a 6 o'clock kick-off or something. Maybe at 5 o'clock I might be a little bit more hyped up when I know who's actually playing.
Yeah, true.
Because we don't know who's going to play. We might end up playing, something stupid. Play Lingard at in centre half or something. Then it's just going to be a banter game through and through. But no, we are predicted 11. Probably wouldn't change. I'd probably change maybe one or two things. I think Bruno needs more of a rest than Pogba does, really. Pogba obviously has come back from an injury, so he's been pretty much laid up for numerous months. Bruno's come in and played nearly every game for us since the restart and since he signed. So I think a player can only take as much punishment as his fitness levels can take, really. And I just think he's that crucial for this next, what is it? Well, for the next week, really. You know, from Sunday from tomorrow till Saturday. He's crucial in that team. You know, when he wasn't here and Pogba was out injured, it was dreadful. But like I say, you take our major players out of the team. When we've played Chelsea, we've played without Fernandes before and we've beaten them. You know, we've played without Pogba and we've beaten them this season. Exactly the same with, you can take probably a couple of more players out. I think we played Romero in there. We didn't play his best.
I think there might be a little bit of a connection issue right now. Tommy, you still there, mate? Yeah, it seems like there's a little bit of a connection issue right now. Hopefully we can get Tom back sooner rather than later.
Let's connection.
Sorry, mate. No worries. Technology is a bit of a bitch, to be fair, sometimes. But anyway, Tom, mate, go on.
Yeah, but like I was saying, in terms of the starting 11 and stuff, we've played, you know, worse players, and we're still beating Chelsea this season. You know, I don't think we need to play his best 11. I think, like you said about Ighalo, he can go in there and do a job, you know, holding the ball up and whatnot. You know, a bit better than what Martial does. I see Martial more as a creative, shall we say, false nine most of the time, as opposed to being an out-and-out goal scorer. I've already compared him to what, say, Firmino does for Liverpool. He's not an out-and-out goal scorer. He's more of a link-up striker, which I think that's helped us in most weeks with a partnership, obviously. It's built over the season with Rashford. I think they're both on the same goals tally. I can't remember what the tally is. I think it's like 18 goals or something. Both of them are on. You know, it's an amazing record, and we haven't had something like that for a good few years. And I think, you know, Ighalo's, you know, when we brought in Ighalo, it was prime for what we were going to use him for. He wasn't going to play week in, week out and take Martial's spot. It was more of, there's competition there for Martial, and he was happy to come in. Didn't care about the money, didn't care about anything really. Just wanted to put a United shirt on and walk out at Old Trafford in front of 70,000 fans. You know, that's what Ighalo wanted. That's what Ighalo wanted to do, and he's done that. But obviously with the restart, there's no fans in the stadium. But you know, even without fans in the stadium, we've still played well. I think overall in the season, it's been an up and down season, really. You know, we've had games where we've been absolutely embarrassed. You know, I go back to the end of last season was an absolute tragedy. That was devastating. You know, we're getting smashed by teams like Everton 4-0. Everton. You know, but we've obviously gone to Goodison Park this year, and we obviously got a draw. So there's improvement. There's improvement in results. And obviously, in terms of the FA Cup, I think we got to the quarterfinals last year, and we got knocked out by Wolves. And obviously, we got to the semi-final now. There you go. That's improvement. Exactly the same with the Carabao Cup. With the Carabao Cup, we got knocked out by Derby last year. So we've made an improvement. And in terms of our league position, we finished 6th last year. We're currently in 5th, and we could go up to as far as 3rd. That's improvement. This team has been improved over the last year. And like I've said before, it's only going to get better and better. And in terms of like the games tomorrow, Chelsea, it's a big game. And you've seen the players in the training videos and everything. They look fired up. They look ready. They want to fight. You know, and this is something that we need to see with the players. They look sharp. You know, I think they did some sort of team drill where they had 5 players and they had to get the ball, like they had to not let the ball hit the ground, and they had to try and accurate it into, I think it was like this bin or something. Anyway, that's teamwork there. You know, mini groups to 5. That could be a passing channel. You know, for tomorrow, that might be something. That might be a tactic tomorrow. Play quick passes between 5 players, or try and keep like, I don't know. What with the shape there? A hexagon or something. So I mean, like, I can't. I'm not good with. I'm not good with maths. Don't judge. I'm not good with maths. But anyway,
this is not a maths. Luckily,
like
this is not a maths channel. This is a Man United channel. Don't worry about it. Mate. It's not a maths channel. You know what I
mean? Yeah, but like I say, with the patterns and stuff, it might just be something that they're trying to work on, or the 5 teams that we used in that thing. That might be the 5. That might be, say, the defenders and the midfielders that might play tomorrow. We don't know. We don't know. I don't really know that much about the game until we know who's playing tomorrow. If it was a game against Chelsea in the league, we'd know who'd be playing tomorrow. It'd be everybody's best. It'd be all the best players. You wouldn't rest anybody. But because it's the FA Cup, it's a semi-final. Players are going to be hyped up and everything. There needs to be big performances. I don't necessarily think Chelsea, in terms of attacking, will be a threat. Pulisic's a good player. If they play, I think they'll probably play Giroud. Giroud's going to be a hard player to try and mark. If they get a good cross onto his head, it could be easily in the back of the net. But defensively, they're there to be had. It's clear that they conceded 3 goals against West Ham. They played diabolical in that game. Yeah. They only beat Norwich by 1-0. And I'm not... Yeah, Norwich, you'd expect Chelsea to beat Norwich. Norwich had a couple of half chances. I won't say full chances, half chances where they could have scored. So it's not really that good on that side of the pitch for Chelsea. And in terms of midfield, they've already had a major hit with Kante not being able to play tomorrow.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to bring in somebody like Ruben Loftus-Cheek, who I don't think's played... Well, had like a start where he's played like a full 90 minutes for probably 12 to 18 months. Inexperienced there. But like I said, with the team selection tomorrow, I wouldn't change too much. I'd probably say, Romero will probably play net. He's a cup goalkeeper. I think he's deserved to play in the cup competition. I don't think he's really put a foot wrong in any of the rounds, really.
No.
Not for me, anyways. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but Williams looks as if he'll play tomorrow. Maguire, Bailly, that will probably happen, yes. And that's another player, Harry Maguire. I can't remember if it's... I don't think it's every match, because I think he was out for 1 match. But nearly every match this season that we've played, whatever competition it's been in, whether it's been in the Carabao Cup, Europa League, Premier League, FA Cup, Harry Maguire has played every single minute of every single game. I think it's something like that. And I think that's absolutely ridiculous, to be honest with you. Yeah, he's the captain, but he's only been the captain for, 4 months?
Yeah.
And it's players like him who will get tired because they've got a constant threat in front of them. Giroud tomorrow is going to be an absolute handful in that box, I'm telling you. If I had to bank on anybody scoring tomorrow for Chelsea, I'd probably bank my money on Giroud because they'll put crosses in the box and it's a case of, can we deal with them? And I like to give a bit of a tactical fact if we want to beat Chelsea tomorrow. Take the other games that we've beaten them in and put it into present now. The past is the past. I wouldn't go necessarily for how we've played in the past. I think what Chelsea's going to do, Chelsea can do 2 things, really. They can either keep the ball, so then somebody, if we play Fernandes or Pogba, can't create anything, but then they've got to create something. Or they're going to give us the ball, they're going to sit really deep, and they're going to try and play a high press like Southampton did, and Palace did, and try and force mistakes out of us. And then we're going to have to try and break them down. And if we don't play the right players tomorrow, Chelsea can easily do that. Lingard and Pereira's not really going to fiddle a pass through for Ighalo, maybe once, and it's a case of can he take the chance? And this is what I mean. Fatigue is definitely hitting us. I look at say Arsenal tonight. Really, what's Arsenal's season? What have they got to play for this season? The FA Cup was it. That's there.
Yeah,
and that's why they throw everything at Manchester City tonight. They throw all the spanners, the hammers, the tools, everything. even the walling. They threw everything. The sink, the bathtub, everything. And Manchester City couldn't deal with it. And I think it'll be a little bit like the Man City Arsenal game tonight. I think it'll be like Chelsea will be Arsenal, really, in terms of a tactical set. I don't think. Yeah, I don't want the result to be like that tomorrow. But in terms of like the setup, I think Manchester City had most of the ball tonight, and Arsenal didn't. And I think it'll be the exact same tomorrow. I think we'll have most of the ball, but Chelsea will just want to try and ping on the counter attack and stuff. But if we keep the defensive line deep, so like Maguire and Bailly really deep, maybe in our own half or at the halfway line, then it's not really going to be a problem if they break on us. But anyways,
yeah. Well, it's all kind of.
It's what ifs.
Exactly, 100%, mate. 100%. It's literally. We're sitting here. Obviously, it's hard to predict what's going to happen, especially in a semi-final where, like, it's all about on the day. It's not about what both teams have done before. It's all about on the day.
All week I've seen is Man City are going to wipe the floor with Arsenal. They're going to win by 4-5-0. I'm going to be honest. Yeah, I did think Manchester City would have just beaten them tonight because it was something they wanted to win. It's a trophy at the end of the day, and he's trying to get a treble with the Carabao Cup, FA Cup, and the Champions League. Well, obviously, he's balls that up tonight, so it doesn't really matter about that. And it's just a case of I don't actually think this season. And Siffin will probably correct me on it if he comes on with some banter or something. I don't think we've actually beaten Arsenal this season, to be honest with you.
Yeah, we haven't.
We drew 1-1 at Old Trafford in the league, and then the only other time we played at the Emirates in the league and we lost 2-0. But anyway, that's when we didn't even have Fernandes or Pogba in that team, so it might be completely different tomorrow. We don't know because of the lineup. But it's an interesting game. There's a trophy there to be won. We'll try our best. But I do think focus should be on Wednesday and Saturday. And I said it before, if I was in Ollie's shoes personally, I'd chuck the kids there, tomorrow. I'd throw everybody in there, to be honest. I wouldn't even care. I'd put in Chong, I'd put in Greenwood. They have this experience of being in a major competition, like right near the end. That's experience that will be used later down the line when they get into these competitions in that position. And then they can educate younger players. And this is why we develop such good young players. We need to give them a chance. Like I say, I'd chuck everybody out there tomorrow. All the kids, everything. Fosu Mensah, Williams, even Ethan Laird. I'd chuck them all out there tomorrow, personally, if I was in his shoes. To give them that opportunity to play at Wembley and have that, experience, really. And I'd focus on the league on Wednesday and then Saturday against Leicester. Hopefully qualify for the Champions League. Then you can have a nice break for 2 or 3 weeks, and then you'll go into the summer. I think it's August 13th or 14th, and we'll go and have a bash at the Europa League. There's another trophy to be won there. So it's not a case of if we get knocked out tomorrow, it's the end of the world. At the end of the day, we can still have the possibility of qualifying for the Champions League. Arsenal don't. So, and I don't think Chelsea's mind's really going to be on tomorrow. Let's think about it from a Chelsea perspective. Are they really thinking about winning the FA Cup? No, they've got bigger fish to fry as well. Say what they want. They're still in the Champions League, albeit they're 3-0 down, and they've still got to go to Munich, and they're probably going to get embarrassed.
Yeah, probably.
So, but they can still qualify for next season competition as well. They're already thinking about upcoming fixtures. So, I think it's a game tomorrow that means something, but both sides are thinking later down the line, later in the week, really. And in terms of score prediction and who I think's going to score and stuff, I'm banking on Chelsea scoring tomorrow. I've already said I'd put money on Giroud to score if I'm going to say anybody. I do think you're going to think I'm weird in saying this, but it's got that feel of both sides have matches down the line, but both teams want to get through. So I think it's going to be something like it's going to be a 1-1, and then we're going to play the extra minutes, and then we're going to go to a penalty shootout.
Wembley.
you know, so something like that, and then we've got to bring on all his best players, and then, you know, all this talk about, oh, we're giving them a break and everything. They're not really having a break because they're going to come on and try and win a penalty shootout. So
Yeah.
it's a case of, you know, what do we do tomorrow? And all them questions will be answered at, I think it's 5:00 tomorrow. So it's a case of watch this space and we'll see. But exactly, I'm going to bank on it being a penalty shootout. I think we're going to get as payback for the penalty 2 years ago that lost us the FA Cup in the final against Chelsea.
Of course,
we're going to get some payback. Bruno's going to score that one, and this one he hasn't had to dive on, so nobody can really complain. Nobody can complain about Manchester United. You know, what's it going to be? They're going to do that encroachment rubbish or something. The goalkeeper's come off the line, so you've got to retake it.
Yeah.
What wouldn't surprise me if they try and pass off something. I like Lampard. I just want to address this first, and then I'll let you can get other people on and whatnot. Frank Lampard came out with a statement. I can't remember if it was. I think it was yesterday. And he came out with a statement about VAR decisions favour Manchester United, and he's told his players to be aware of Bruno Fernandes and how he's so fragile that he might just fall to the floor. Right, let's just get this straight. If VAR wasn't in the game, would we have got 99% of our decisions this season? Yes, because the referee's blown the whistle and he's pointed to the penalty spot, or he's sent somebody off, or the flag's not gone up for an offside. So we would have got the decisions anyway because nobody's there to overrule the referee. So because it's been brought in the game, other clubs have an excuse to utilise it and blame it on other teams. So if we're this Manchester United, when Chelsea's had decisions go for them this season, that necessarily shouldn't have happened. Was Frank Lampard complaining then? No, he wasn't.
No.
And it's funny. I laughed this morning at the press conference with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer because he actually got asked about that, and he said, "Well, if it favours Manchester United, then we'll see what happens tomorrow, won't we? Because if Chelsea get awarded a penalty and VAR gives it, and I don't agree with it, will I complain the way that Frank Lampard did or not? Well, you'll have to wait and see." And he's going to keep you guessing. He's going to keep you guessing. You know, in his case of VAR has been brought in for a reason. You know, it's going to go for you. It's going to go against you sometimes, you know. And it's these things that we want to get the right decision. You know, the fine margins, you know, like somebody's hand's offside or something. It's offside, so it's not a goal, you know, and it's a case of we've got things to, you know, people have things to play for and stuff. But like that decision with Sheffield United versus Aston Villa, where the ball was over the line clearly, you know, it's something like that that really cost Sheffield United their place in the race for the Champions League, really. You know, they could have had another 3 points there, you know, and they're 3 points closer to the pack. So, like I say, I think tomorrow I'm going to go for a 1-0 draw for the game. I'm going to go for a penalty shootout. Win to Manchester United. Bruno to score the penalty that actually sends us through to the final. And then it's a case of move on to West Ham, move on to Leicester, and hopefully bag some points in the bag and get the Champions League. And then we've possibly got 2 trophies we can win as well. You know, that's the ultimate outcome. You know, get the Champions League football and win 2 trophies. What a season that would be, to say it's been an up and down season. You know, at first part of the season we were complaining, and now we've ended the season with 2 trophies in the cabinet, you know, and we've got into the Champions League next year. We've got 100 million in the bag, you know, and let's just invest and get this team better and better so we can challenge for bigger things in the future and later down the line.
Yeah, 100%, mate, 100%. That season, from where we were, especially like halfway through the season, would be
people were asking for him to be sacked.
Exactly,
you know, they wanted Pochettino and Allegri and all these other people. I said, just trust the process, give it time. You know, look at Arteta. How long's he been in the job?
100%.
You know, and he's turned Arsenal. I think Arsenal were near a relegation battle at one point. Now they're at an FA Cup final. You know, so it's a case of give managers time, and it was something that I'll just leave this and then I'll leave everybody to get more people on. When they said about it, one of the new managers at the top at these three clubs, so Chelsea, Arsenal, Man United, have all appointed new managers within the last 18 months. Lampard at Chelsea, Ole at Man U, and Arteta at Arsenal. So it's going to be a manager who's rebuilding their club, because you'd say all three clubs are in rebuild phases.
Yeah.
It's going to be a manager who's never won any. It's going to be a new person who's never won anything as a manager, and it's going to be something that puts their club in a greater position, because Arsenal have something to play for if they want to win it, because they'll put them into the Euro. You know, Man United will want to win it because it adds another FA Cup on his tally, and then exactly probably the same with Chelsea. You know, if it qualified for the Champions League, blooming heck, all you'd be seeing of, you know, social media and everything would be, Arsenal's getting into the Champions League next season. Exactly, that's all you'd be hearing. But like I say, thanks for having me on and everything, Kieran.
No worries.
Pleasure.
No worries, mate. As always, thanks for coming on, mate. Really appreciate it. And
everybody like the vid and subscribe to it. Do a week by the way.
Cheers, man. Really appreciate it. Thanks for coming on, Tom. As always, mate.
Not a problem, mate. See you tomorrow night then.
Yeah, should be good. Hopefully after a win. See you then.
Yeah, that penalty shootout, man. I'm telling you.
Not sure I could take him that penalty shootout, mate. But yeah, cheers. Thank you, Tom, for coming on, mate. Really appreciate it. Just want to say to everyone in the chat, don't worry, I'm reading what you guys say, so make sure you keep your comments coming in. Issa, Max, thanks for joining. Max, long time no see, thanks for joining, mate. Really appreciate it. Issa says, this is an important fixture, but Solskjaer won't make much changes, to be fair. Considering the fact this is a semi-final, just hoping for a very attacking game of football. I think that's a reasonable expectation, and you know, as you said, it's a semi-final. A semi-final is a one-off game where you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know, and you just gotta ride the wave. And it's about who's better on the day. Who's better? It doesn't matter previous form. It doesn't matter the fact that we're playing decently and Chelsea are kind of starting to falter. It does not matter. The form table does not matter. It goes out of the window. It's all that matters is who performs on the day. Asian Gamer, thanks for joining as well. Tom was speaking there. Tom, what's his name? I forgot his name. Let me get his name. Sorry. Footy Live. Footy Live. Tom was speaking. But yeah, Max, thanks for joining us. I think it might be a bit of a slow game, but with quite a few big chances. So I hope we're clinical like we were at the start of the season. If we're clinical, we can win this by a goal or two. I agree, mate. I fully agree. And we have to be clinical, especially in semi-finals, in games where it's a knockout. It's a straight knockout. You have to be clinical. Liam, welcome. Thanks for joining as well. Come on, United. Let's go through to the final and beat Banter FC. Come on, United. I love the passion there. My prediction is 2-1, Martial and Rashford, and Pulisic to score the goals. I mean, we could do without Pulisic scoring, but at the end of the day, it is, you know, it's a 2-1 victory. A win is a win in a semi-final. That's all that matters. But Sifo has joined. Thanks for joining. The resident Arsenal fan. I knew you'd have something to say, mate. Arsenal are the best team in Europe at the moment. Come on, you Gunners. Okay, well, I'll tell you what, I love the fact that you're not... I love this confidence. I like it when Arsenal fans are confident. I love it because there's always, as gravity, the law of gravity states, what goes up must come down. And Arsenal right now are up the highest they will be, and it must come down at some point. All I'm saying. Red Doll Studio, thanks for joining as always. Really appreciate it. Make sure you do check him out if you haven't already. Really good stuff on there. Arsenal fans be gassing now. Exactly. This was saying Sifo's going mad in the comments here, saying that Arsenal best team in Europe, saying that, you know, we'll batter Chelsea United. He doesn't care. Listen, as I said, like the laws of gravity, what goes up must come down, and it must come down at some point. So I like it when you're confident. I like Arsenal more. I like the Arsenal fans more when they're confident than when they're not. 45148, welcome mate, thanks for joining. He says, hey Kieran, can I come on mate? Yeah, sure, I'm going to get Kasim on now, because he has been waiting patiently to call in. So yeah, I'll get him on, and we'll have a good conversation about the FA Cup semi-final. And I'd say keep your comments coming in, because I will be reading your comments as we go through, so make sure you keep them coming in. And thanks to everyone who has joined so far, really appreciate it. Kasim mate, thanks for joining, thanks for being so patient. First of all, how are you doing, and are you confident going into the game tomorrow? Kasim, can you hear me mate?
Hello.
Hello, Kasim. How you doing, mate? How you doing, Kasim? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Sound. Well, thanks for joining, mate. Really appreciate it, as always. First of all, I just want to ask you, are you confident going into this game? Obviously, with that win against Crystal Palace, it seems like we've got a bit of momentum going into it. But Chelsea can be a very tough nut to crack, and there's a reason why they're ahead of us in the table right now. So, are you confident going into this FA Cup semi-final clash?
Of course I'm going to answer that question, but I really want to talk about the tactics today. That's the main thing I want to talk about. If that's fine, yeah?
Go on, mate. Anything you want.
Okay, I'm going to start with the confidence, right? Chelsea, we play tomorrow at Wembley. It's going to be a very, very big game for the club. Of course, it's our first big stuff this season, because Ole and Manchester United have absolutely rejuvenated us, man. At the start of the season, we lost to Palace, and after we lost to West Ham, this might be stupid, but I was fearing of relegation. After we lost to West Ham 2-0.
Wow.
But of course, I'm not stupid enough, but... But we actually played very, very good. We actually played very, very good. From then on a little bit. Of course, people call me stupid, but ever since we drew with Liverpool, we actually played a little bit of decent football up until the Aston Villa game. Then everything changed, because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer played attacking football up until the Aston Villa game. People don't realize it, because we didn't score that much goals, but we played attacking football up until the Villa game. So from Norwich to Villa, we played attacking football. We played free-flowing attacking football. We played that. And I'm very happy with the boys that we actually did that, because I just looked back a couple of our games this season, and I'm very proud we did that. So, yeah. Tottenham, I think, this season, right, our best performance for me was Tottenham at Old Trafford. That was our best performance, because we just dominated them. Mourinho couldn't do nothing. Absolutely dominated them. Am I confident for tomorrow? Yes, obviously, I'm confident of tomorrow. Manchester United fan. If you're not confident, you're not a Manchester United fan. I'm sorry. You're not a Manchester United fan if you're not confident.
Big statement.
Because these big games, I thrive off that. We need to be tactically set up well, and we need to give some players a rest. I'm not gonna give, of course, you gave some points earlier, but I'd give some players a rest. I'm gonna get a little bit on with my lineup, because yes, I'll just get a little bit with my lineup, because the preview's not until tomorrow. 1 second, let me get this up. Okay, there it is. So we've beat Chelsea 3 times, and for me personally, our best game was probably at the Bridge, because we actually played attacking football at the Bridge. Remember when Anthony Martial came on, the game changed. We dominated Chelsea, battering them, and then of course the moment happened. The GOAT shined with that free kick. What a goal,
man.
Free kick. What
Probably
a
goal
goal.
of the season right now. Got to be goal of the season as it stands.
Calm, like, it has to be. Come on, look how far he was. Like, I want to talk about Rash a little bit. Rash, people always criticize Rash, but people need to understand why Rash is too good. People need to stop comparing stupid people to Rash. Should I tell you the stupid people that people have been comparing to Rashford? And you can laugh right now, okay?
Yeah, go on, mate. Go on.
So this is a player that has been compared to Rash. Jordan Ayew.
Wow.
And this is another player that's been compared to Rash. What's his name again? Forgot. Joe Linton from Newcastle.
Oh, yeah.
He's
Yeah.
also been compared. And one more person. What's his name? Yes. Danny Welbeck.
Oh, I remember that, yeah. Rashbeck, of course. Who can forget Rashbeck? Who can forget?
Man, these people don't understand football if they don't watch Rashford. Rashford is more of, like, okay, everybody in the live chat, if you want some football sense, and I'm gonna give you some facts, and I'll tell you why Rash has not been taken on people ever since the lockdown. He is more of a Jadon Sancho player, a playmaker. That is what Rash is, a playmaker now. This is what he's doing. He wants assists, not always goals. And Rash was world class on Thursday, but Harry Maguire was probably the man of the match. But absolute class on Thursday. Absolute class. Rash for me is one of the best players, I'd say, in the world. I put him in top 20 for me, because he's that good. But moving on to a little bit more about the game, I think Lampard for me, this is how it's probably set up. Ollie, I think, will set up with 3 at the back. And for me personally, if he's going to set up with 3 at the back, Luke Shaw plays as centre-back. Luke Shaw plays as centre-back with Maguire and Lindelof, with Brandon Williams and Aaron Wan-Bissaka more forward. That's what I would do. Bruno... Okay, the lineup and the team I'd go with would be a 5 at the back with 3 in the midfield and 2 up front. People are gonna be like, "Yo, K-side, bro. Why are you saying defensive stuff? Well, Manchester United play attacking." But I believe Chelsea are probably better than us going forward because they're one of the top 3 of creating chances in Europe or in the Premier League. They're absolute massive. They always create a chance. Chelsea are gonna create lots and lots and lots of chances tomorrow. Kieran, bro, listen to me. Are you listening?
I'm listening, mate. I'm listening. Don't worry, I'm listening.
They will create bombarders of chances. They will create so much. Okay? So many. Set up with the 5 at the back. Let Chelsea pressure us. Because I'm very confident with the defense at the 5 at the back. We can do something. We can easily relax. Because Pulisic, for me, will not work. If it was 4 at the back, Pulisic fire. But 5 at the back, he can't do it like that. He's just a young player. He's not like Messi. The team would be Romero in goals. I'd put Wan-Bissaka at right back. Then the 3 in the middle, I'd put Bernard from the youth setup, by the way. Because I've been on about this Bernard ever since we drew against Southampton. So that be a player that I'd say. Also, I'd start... what's his name? Eric Bay. I give Victor Lindelof a go. Let him clear his head out. Maguire for me gets rest. Lindelof, Bernard, and Bay. Solid. Left back, I pick Brandon Williams. He can do a job for me going forward. Luke Shaw, I don't know if he's going to be fit. I said Luke Shaw earlier because I just checked it right now. I don't think Luke Shaw is fit for the game. Ollie confirmed in his press conference that Shaw is a doubt. By the way, check it out. Midfield 3. I'm gonna go with Matic, Pogba, and Fred. That's my midfield. Bruno Fernandes. People on about Bruno Fernandes like that. He's so good. Look at the Norwich game. We can't keep playing Bruno, man. Pogba needs the game, bro. Pogba needs more minutes. Pogba is that dude, bro. Pogba needs to play. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care about your opinion. Pogba plays. Matic, because we need defensive mind players, and Fred, because of quick and tenacity. That's that. Front two, Anthony Martial and Daniel James. Okay, Si, you said that Daniel James is a woeful player and is from the Championship or League 2. Daniel James in this game works. Daniel James can get goals. Daniel James can assist. Daniel James can get penalties. Daniel James can get fouls. And look at the calamity defense. Daniel James against Christensen, destroy him. He starts. Rashford, for me, is on the bench. Because you need Rashford and Bruno. Hello?
Hello, mate. Oh, sorry. No,
Hello?
Hello? Hello, can you hear me?
Is that open?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, that wasn't me in the back making that noise in the background. As you can imagine, it was Owen.
Was that your brother? Yeah.
It was. Yeah. He's just showing his excitement for the game. You can't blame him. But anyway, yeah, carry on, mate. Carry on.
Yeah, kind of.
We are experiencing a bit of lag, by the way.
I think
do apologise
tactically
for that.
that's. Yeah, that's fine. That's how I tactically set up. Chelsea, I expect them to set out the 4-3-3. Reece James, I expect to start. So I think, personally, Martial and Daniel James should be targeting Rudiger and, what's his name? Christensen.
Yeah.
Absolute press them up high. The midfield needs to... Matic will just relax and just get the ball and just pass it. Pogba needs to feed those balls to Daniel James and Martial. If he does that in behind, Manchester United will slap up Chelsea. If that doesn't happen and we play Bruno Fernandes, we'll lose. Because Pogba is the best, bro. We've seen Bruno do it so many times. It doesn't work. Pogba starts. Give Bruno a rest. Please. Do not overplay Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah.
Because Bruno Fernandes will create more than Pogba. Bruno Fernandes is more important than Pogba because he'll do anything to win. Pogba, of course, I love Paul Pogba, but he's not. He's a Manchester United player, and I think he loves the club, but he's not. I think Bruno just wants him more. And I think Bruno just sits on the bench. Pogba feels those. James Martial will bang some goals in. Bring on Rashford and Bruno in the last 20 minutes. Get more goals if that's fine. If it's 0-0 in the last 10 minutes, just stay the way you are. Just stay at the 5 at the back because I'm telling you now, if he sets up like that, we'll create chances. Even in the last 5 minutes, we'll create chances. Now, if it's still 0-0 by the 90th minute, and is a, 90th minute, 4 minutes added on. Bring Harry Maguire on for Daniel James, lump him up the striker, Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Williams push on, cross the ball in, and get Maguire to head that ball in and win us the game. That's another option. Play Maguire as striker. So you can hold up the ball and just feed it to Williams and Wan-Bissaka to cross in so he can head it in. And if nobody's been on about this because people Harry Maguire to get headed goals, play him a striker. Play Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire at his young age played that striker. He played a striker. So yeah, that's what I do. But I'm not the manager. So yeah, that's the tactics. I'm very confident for the game. But I'm worried of that Pulisic. Get him behind.
Pulisic,
I think
he's
Pulisic.
the guy.
Yeah. I think Pulisic will be up against the left back because they know Wan-Bissaka's a beast at defending. And Wan-Bissaka's pocketed Pulisic a few times. Remember when everyone was all about Pulisic in October and then Wan-Bissaka just pocketed him?
Mm.
You know? So I probably say Pulisic will probably play on the right wing. That's the other worry. Reece James's crossing is a worry because his crossing, like Alexander-Arnold, his crossing is world class. These are the worries. Will we do them? I don't know. Right now, I'm saying it could be a draw and ending into penalties. But for me, I wouldn't be surprised if Chelsea just, win, like, convincingly on the counter-attack. Lampard, for me, could counter-attack tomorrow. I think Ole might go for it. That leaves me with the worry that he's gonna start Phil Jones.
Well, I'm not.
I have no. Listen, I have a big worry, and I am worried for this. I'm really worried.
Well, if he starts Phil Jones, it really is over for us. To be honest with you, like, I'm not saying he's a bad guy, but surely we've got better options than Phil Jones right now. That's why I'd be very surprised if he does. But as I said, with Solskjaer, you never know. You truly never know whether he's going to start, who he's going to start, and like his team selections, to be fair, as of late, haven't been too bad. But I think, with this being a different there's a different competition to the Premier League, and it's difficult to know whether he should go for it or whether he should, whether he should go for it or whether he should kind of, start resting players. It's very hard to know. So I think in that way, the team selection could be it could be a bit weird. It could be weird. But just want to ask you, mate, quickly.
Yeah.
Do you want to give your score prediction or do you want to save it?
Nah, man, I'm gonna save it, but
oh, cool, man.
I'm just gonna give you exclusive content on Red Devil Weekly. This is big news about Sancho. This got big news about Sancho, so get excited. There's been lots of reports this morning about Sancho coming to Manchester and a deal being agreed. Now, I've heard, not from me, I don't have sources, but I've heard lots of people on the streets are saying that Sancho to Manchester United is a very big possibility of being done by after the 27 when the opens. So if Sancho is done by, let's say 29th, he might be eligible to play in the FA Cup final if he signs on the 29th. No, I don't think of the FA Cup final, but he might be eligible to play in the Europa League. This is what we're hearing. He might be eligible to play in the Europa League. So if he signs, he might be eligible to play in the Europa League. Who knows? Because Dortmund are at the Champions League and they don't have really nothing to do in August, and that's why I'm saying I think Sancho might be eligible. I don't know if he will be eligible. I don't think so, but he might be eligible to play in the Europa League. So yeah. Red Devil Weekly, are you available after your live stream?
After this live stream?
Yeah.
Well, I've got some. I am a little bit busy, but it depends when you want me.
Yeah, just a 10-15 minute vid.
All right, yeah. Well, I'll let you know. Afterwards. I'll let you know what my situation is. But mate, thanks for coming on.
Wait, I'll make one final point. Ladies and gentlemen, please subscribe to Red Devil Weekly. Make so much great content, bro. And also, if you guys want Manchester United fan content, Red Devil Weekly is the guy. He gives you guys call-ins and all that. So give him a follow, give him a subscribe, bro. Because let's be honest, we want Red Devil to hit 1K, hopefully. And after he hits the 1K, he can make better content than he has now. This content is very good, but Red Devil Weekly, we want bigger content. And Red Devil Weekly, I know I have faith in this guy. He makes so much great content. And I know the guy, he's a very nice guy. When you speak to him off camera, he's a very nice guy, bro. Like, I've spoken to him a few times before his fan cam, on Thursday. He's a very nice guy. So please on that. And if you guys want to follow me and subscribe to Manchester United Fan TV, we bring the fan cams and all that. And Red Up Weekly, he's going to be doing his fan cam tomorrow then, yeah?
Yeah, sounds good, man. Sounds good. Looking
All
forward
right.
to it, mate. Thanks for coming on, mate. Thanks for the kind words. Appreciate it, mate. And cheers for coming on, man.
Yeah, see you in a bit.
See you in a bit, man.
Yeah.
There he is. Thank you so much for the kind words, mate. Really appreciate it. And thank you to everyone who's supporting this channel and, making it what it is. Thank you so much. And welcome What Football, W-A-T Football. Not sure how to pronounce it, but it says, Bonjour, hello, bonjour, mon ami. Bonjour. How are you doing, my friend? Thanks for joining. But what a nice lad he is. What a nice lad, Thank you so much for all the support, guys. Honestly, really appreciate it. I'm not some sort of amazing I'm not some sort of amazing channel, but that you guys make this community the best community. Just it's so fun just to sit there and talk to you guys and just gauge your footballing opinions about Man United or any football club for that matter. It's so good just to have people to chat to and share the same passion as we all do. And it's so good to have that. And even though I don't have the sort of the numbers that the bigger channels have, these are sort of things which make it worthwhile. And talking to you guys, having just having a conversation like fans do, and being able to go live every night and talk to you guys is just the best. So thank you so much to everyone for being amazing. Thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate it. Sifo, appreciate it, man. Thank you. Who knows? Maybe one day I will be on Sky Sports. Maybe one day I'll be on deadline day with a yellow tie. Who knows? But until that day comes, I will be here doing previews, reviews, all that good stuff for you guys, and doing the content that you guys want. And obviously stuff that I want as well, but I want to make it the best for you guys, because the fact you even tune into me is almost insane. Like, I'm just some guy waffling into a camera. Let's be honest, if you strip it back, that's what I am. But you guys come here and, chat in the live chat and, always have things to say and always make these streams the best streams. So thank you so much, guys. Honestly, really appreciate it. Really, really do appreciate it. And hitting 1K would be an absolute dream. Absolute dream to hit 1,000 subscribers. And even if we don't, I don't mind. As long as we're having fun, as long as you guys are enjoying the show, it doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter. I don't care if we have 1K or 10 subscribers, as long as we're all enjoying it and all along for the ride. So thank you very much for being that so far, and hopefully you can continue to support, and I'll continue to bring you the content that you want to see on this channel. Appreciate the sub, What Football, mate. Really appreciate it. And he also says his channel is What Football. Well, go check it out. Thanks for the subscription, mate. Really appreciate it. Really, really do appreciate it. And also, I want to say as well, somebody else subscribed tonight. So I want to, thank them as well. Who is it? Welcome, Ghost. Thanks for subscribing, Ghost. Really appreciate it. A bit further up. But yeah, man, really appreciate everyone's support tonight. Thank you so much for watching. And we go again. We go again for this game against Chelsea. It's going to be a big one, and I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to it massively. Massively looking forward to it. Another FA Cup semi-final, our third FA Cup semi-final in the last 5 seasons, and potentially our third FA Cup final. If we can get through this, win the trophy, that would be absolutely huge for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. To be lifting that trophy after all the abuse from fans that Solskjaer has taken, the PE teacher, Wally, like all this, to lift a trophy at the end of the season would just make my year. So let's make it happen. But we need to beat Chelsea first, and then we've got Arsenal in the final. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate all you guys watching. If you're still watching, thank you so much. Please do leave a like if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel as well if you are new. Obviously, we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers on the channel. So anything you can do to help us out with that would be absolutely amazing. But thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate your support as always. I'll be doing a live stream after the game as well. So if you enjoyed this, make sure you've got the notifications turned on so you don't miss when I go live. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. Your support has been absolutely magnificent. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much.